The mystical truths in religions East and West are brought to light again and made relevant for our time by Elizabeth Clare Prophet, world-renowned author and spiritual teacher.
You've talked a great deal about raising our sacred energies, so now tell us how.
All of life is energy, and I came to the conclusion that energy is God, and God is energy. Everything is made of energy. Everything is made of atomic particles, molecules. And at the core of this energy is that Alpha and Omega, that Father, Mother, Light, that energy which is the source of life on earth. What to do with this energy has become the great topic of discussion in America in recent years. And we talk about an energy crisis and conservation of energy. Well, the great crisis and the great need for conservation is right within the temple of the being of man. And when we master that energy, we will master it in our environment as well. The way to begin to control this energy is the discipline of mind and the discipline of feelings. Many people in America and on earth today have made some strides along these lines. But each of the chakras, each of the levels of consciousness that God has given to us within ourselves to experience has its own peculiar way of the mastery of energy. One of the most important centers that we have is the throat chakra. It gives us this power to speak, and it gives us the power to release the energy of the word or of the logos. We find this gift is unique to man, and that we have written, "By thy word thou shalt be justified, by thy word thou shalt be condemned." The word is energy. Hindus have known this for thousands of years, hence the Sanskrit mantras which are being given by the gurus from India to their disciples. Now there are mantras that have been given to us by the ascended masters, and these mantras, which are worded formulas for the release of God's energy, lead to the altering of states of consciousness. The ascended master El Morya, who was embodied as St. Thomas More, now the chief of the Darjeeling Council of the Great White Brotherhood, has dictated a series of mantras which he has called the heart, head, and hand decrees. These decrees represent the steps or stages in the disciplines of the life of Jesus Christ. And they begin with the meditation upon the heart and the drawing through the heart of the energy which is the violet flame. The violet flame is the energy of the Holy Spirit, of the sacred fire, for transmutation or forgiveness, which is the gift of the Comforter to us in this century. The violet flame then becomes the mercy of forgiveness, and it is this energy which we need first of all to center in the heart. I'd like to give for our listeners today this simple mantra of the violet flame in the heart. As soon as I begin to give this, my attention is on the heart, and I use the power of visualization to see or to visualize in my heart this flame of sacred fire of Holy Spirit. As I am giving through my throat chakra the words of the mantra, I am meditating upon my heart for the release of that energy through the heart center. This is the way it goes. Violet fire, thou love divine, blaze within this heart of mine. Thou art mercy forever true, keep me always in tune with you. Violet fire, thou love divine, blaze within this heart of mine. Thou art mercy forever true, keep me always in tune with you. Violet fire, thou love divine, blaze within this heart of mine. Thou art mercy forever true, keep me always in tune with you. Those 4 lines in rhyme represent an alchemical formula, just like the matrix of a molecule, the atomic matrix of energy. That visualization then is for the drawing forth of the light of the I Am presence and the anchoring of that light in the heart. This mantra begins the alchemical change, and as I give it, I am aware that it is not I that gives it, but God in me who speaks it. God in me is the mantra, the energy of the mantra, the voice of the mantra, and the person of it, and I am simply allowing the free flow of my soul to move with that energy. That mantra can be given once, 3 times, or 100 times as one goes deeper and deeper into meditation and visualization. The science of the spoken word activates the fruit of our meditation upon God and coalesces it in the physical plane. And so we notice immediate physical changes in our life, physical changes in our bodies for health, in our minds for enlightenment, and also in the circumstances of our jobs, our homes, our life, our marriage, our family, and our children. We move from the heart to the head because we are seeking a balance of heart, head, and hand in this series of mantras as a balance of the action of the Trinity. So this is the mantra for the head. I am light, thou Christ in me, set my mind forever free, violet fire forever shine, deep within this mind of mine. God who gives my daily bread with violet fire, fill my head, till thy radiance, heaven-like, makes my mind a mind of light. I am light, thou Christ in me, set my mind forever free, violet fire forever shine, deep within this mind of mine. God who gives my daily bread with violet fire, fill my head, till thy radiance, heaven-like, makes my mind a mind of light. I am light, thou Christ in me, set my mind forever free, violet fire forever shine, deep within this mind of mine. God who gives my daily bread with violet fire, fill my head, till thy radiance, heaven-like, makes my mind a mind of light. Now the action for the hand. I am the hand of God in action, gaining victory every day. My pure soul's great satisfaction is to walk the middle way. I am the hand of God in action, gaining victory every day. My pure soul's great satisfaction is to walk the middle way. I am the hand of God in action, gaining victory every day. My pure soul's great satisfaction is to walk the middle way. Accompanying the giving of these mantras, we visualize the violet flame blazing through the head and the chakras of the head and being released to the hand in action. Heart, head, and hand is a ritual of flow of energy. These mantras will quiet the emotions, they will integrate mind and body and soul, and they are for the fulfillment of the self. They free the energies of life, and the energies which are anchored for this purpose are drawn both from the I Am presence of life and from the base of the spine chakra. In the giving of these mantras, there is a clearing of records of centuries of incarnations. There is the clearing of the subconscious mind, of those difficulties and problems which everyone has experienced, which cause the problems of psychosis and neurosis and all of the diseases to which the race is heir. When these mantras are given, they resolve patterns of consciousness. They develop a flow and awareness and an attunement with the inner self that makes for creativity and a feeling of being alive and well and in action for good on earth.
I suppose the most unusual thing about these mantras is that they're in English, and I think most people are used to hearing mantras in Sanskrit.
Well, the ascended masters who have come forward to give the teachings of God in this age have explained that it is important that people understand the meaning of the mantra. English is a very peculiar language. It has gone through many histories. I recently read a study that was made which indicated that the Gaelic and the Irish are very similar to the Hebrew, and that the Hebrew patterns were transferred actually by the tribes of Israel as they dispersed throughout the earth. Prior to the Hebrew tongue, there were the tongues that were spoken on Atlantis, and prior to that, the languages which were spoken by the early root races on Lemuria. Sanskrit comes down from the early Lemurian tongue. English comes down also through the ancient tongues of Atlantis and has a particular vibration and an affinity, believe it or not, to the tongues of angels. a certain angelic tongue, and therefore there is a very special energy for this age that actually comes through the English language. And I think this is the real reason for English traveling around the world through the discoveries, explorations of the British Empire. The name of God, I am that I am, has a vibration and a frequency in English which it does not have in any other Western language.
So it's possible for people who can't speak Sanskrit to benefit from these decrees, I gather.
Not only possible, not only probable, but it's happening every day with thousands of students of the Ascended Masters all over the world.
Would you recommend a particular program of using these decrees?
I would say that this science is so fantastic and so dynamic that no one living today really dares bypass the opportunity to experiment with the energy of his own inner self through the science of the spoken word. Because of this, I've put together a paperback book on the subject, and in the book, entitled Science of the Spoken Word, are these heart, head, and hand decrees by the beloved Ascended Master El Morya. These decrees can be given in 10 minutes. I have challenged many people who have had problems in life to just take 10 minutes a day and give these decrees, and they have transformed their lives in 10 minutes. It's just an amazing thing to think in a 24-hour day what 10 minutes using a certain science of the throat chakra and of the heart and of visualization can do to put one in tune with one's inner blueprint, the cellular pattern, the frequency of one's own atomic rate, the inner spirit, this inner presence. It really is the foundation of life.
Thank you very much.
This is a presentation of the Summit Lighthouse, an international spiritual organization dedicated to universal enlightenment. Founded in 1958, the Summit Lighthouse is a beacon of truth to thousands worldwide and a leader in New Thought spirituality.